we are live. You can go ahead and invite him.
Okay. Let me find him. Okay, he's in a 1v1, but I'm gonna invite him here now.
Yep. Okay. We will also be doing some. We'll also be playing while we do it, just for the fun of it. So mute your guys' game audio, or at least turn it down.
Our game audio?
Yeah. So like,
it's gonna be recorded for the
yeah,
game.
that's that. I mean, yeah, but I mean, we gotta at least make it look kind of convincing too. Main audio.
For there to be gameplay?
I mean, yeah, but I'm gonna yoink out the sounds anyways. But I want practice anyways. We'll practice while we do it. You know, I'm gonna yoink everything but the sound out of it. So, cat, get off of me!
I'm gonna go ahead and mute real quick. Give me a moment. If I see him join, I'm gonna mute. So.
Yeah. I'm just turning everything down but my voice chat. Alright, there we go. Apply. There we go. Alright. Somebody say something.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yep, you guys are all I can hear. Yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and invite him, you can. I do not have him.
I don't either.
Yeah. Do you know what his username is? Because I couldn't remember. I could search him up.
Scope.
Just SCOPE?
Or sorry, Scopey, IE.
Oh, so that was it. Okay. I don't know why I was thinking that.
And you said to lower our game audio?
Yeah, so that way all that way the only thing can be heard in the recording is, yeah. I don't think this is him because he doesn't play on PlayStation, does he?
He's in a lobby of 4 people. I think he plays computer. Let me check Discord.
Oh, there he is.
Yep.
All right. Looks like I can hear everyone. Scopey, just say something so I can make sure I can hear you, okay? I just need to make sure I can.
Shake 1, 2, 3.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Who is Jimmy 1?
That's my lawyer.
You really think you need a lawyer?
Yes.
Who is this dude? Okay.
Can we hear Jimmy talk?
If she wants to talk, she will.
Okay, well, that's fine. All right, so that's fine. We're just gonna go ahead and play while we do this too. I guess that was the idea. That was the idea because this is also cutting into their practice time. But if we want, we can just sit here and talk.
Yeah, we're sitting here. My lawyer does not want to play. So.
Okay, well that's fine. So we're gonna start off with simply here with basically all we're doing is we're gonna go through everything that was said in that last conversation. I've got a basic transcript from everyone that was typed up for me. So that way, the main points to hit. All right, so let's start from the beginning here. From the beginning, which would be prior to this main incident, you were given notice by me and Social Exit of what was going on the day before all of this stuff went down. And so because of that, was there anything you did not understand about that notice?
Yeah, all of it.
Okay, well, I need a little bit more specifics on what you mean by
notice?
all of it.
I don't know what notice you're talking about.
The one in which we were talking to you about your actions and how we were going to come up with a plan.
What was I doing?
Well, it wasn't, that was just, I'm just saying, like, the notice we had given you regarding those actions. Was there anything you did not understand about that notice?
No.
Other than it seems like didn't understand what actions you were committing, obviously. So it seems like you didn't understand that.
I'm innocent until proven guilty, and
That's fair.
my lawyer will say that to you too.
Well, okay. Well, so while that is fair, this is not a trial. This is not a court of law. This is not anything like that.
Well, it is because I'm a lawyer in here. So.
Well, that doesn't make it a court of law.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, and I don't want to have to take it to any court of law because that's stupid, and I shouldn't have to do that. It should be able to be solved between us because like that. And I honestly, I mean, I understand your point of view with having to bring a lawyer or whatever, which I will also say I cannot verify that it is an actual lawyer. So either way, I'll take your word for it. So either way.
To get on.
So like I said, either way, I'll take your word for it.
Susan.
Okay. So like I said, and that's fine. I don't care about all that. I don't care about all that. Like I said, I don't care one way or another. It could be a lawyer, and even if it's not a lawyer, it's still considered and even if it's not, it's still a support person, and I have no.
Did he just lag?
He might be, not sure.
Yeah. Here, don't boot him offline. Bring his internet back. Don't boot him.
Who would be booting him?
My lawyer.
Your lawyer's DDoSing him?
Yeah, this is what a lawyer does, and they clearly don't have a practice.
I don't know if DDoSing is legal.
They do. You can ask him.
Okay,
him or her?
Talk, then.
It's their pronouns are they, him, her. So.
Gotcha.
To all. Okay.
Yes, there's something called non-binary.
I know that.
You guys are so transphobic still, after all we've talked about. It's crazy.
I'm not. I want to be very clear. I'm just asking, so I'm clear that that's their pronouns. I don't call people pronouns unless I know them.
Whatever.
Personally.
Uh-huh. Just stop the attack. Let him come back.
Okay, there we go. Sorry, my controller died. I didn't realize it was that close to dead. Just let me...
All good.
Okay, yep, there we go. We're just making sure everything's back online. But yeah, so what was I saying again? Oh yeah, I was saying so even whatever it may be, support person, I don't care, that's fine. Well, either way. It's fine either way. I'm not, I'm not picky one way or another, whatever it may be. So... But that's besides the point. So, starting back with that, we'll start back the day of the incident in which we had, we're celebrating a victory, and it seemed to me as if you were upset that we were celebrating it because you thought it was a bot lobby. Would that be an accurate statement?
It was.
Well, no, I'm saying I mean, obviously, you're saying that it was, and that part's valid, I guess, if that's the way you want to feel.
50 role players.
Okay, well, that's okay. Like I said, that part's a valid point if that's what you want to make. But what I'm trying to make the point of was the emotion associated with that. Were you upset that we were bragging about it, or were you just trying to point it out?
Just you guys thought you were good enough to drop 50 kills, when in fact you guys probably couldn't even drop, either you couldn't drop 5 kills in one of my lobbies, probably not even 3 kills in one of my lobbies.
Okay,
so,
well,
or not.
Okay. Well, okay, so that's fine. I'm just wondering, what was the emotion tied to that? Were you upset that we were bragging about it, or was you just trying to point it out?
You guys thought you dropped 50 kills when
Okay, so you just thought it was funny and were trying to point it out.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out, because to me it sounded like you were upset that we were even bragging about it. So that's what I was trying to figure out there, was there's the disassociation there. So, and we kept trying to go back and forth with you about it, and to me and to the rest of the team here, NetAct, Dragon, Social is not with us, unfortunately. I wish he could have been today, but he's at work. It seemed like you were just getting increasingly. You were just getting. I'm trying to figure out the best word.
This, okay. I didn't mean to call your cat ugly.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I'll get to that part, because we're not at that part of the conversation yet, but we'll definitely get there, because I'm just trying to go everything in order to make it less confusing. You know, if we jump out of order here, it'll make everything make less sense to anyone. So, anyway, so it seemed like you were getting increasingly upset and everything else. So that is when I muted you. I muted you at first, and that was all fine. Who is this now?
It's my other lawyer.
Your other lawyer?
Yes.
Oh dear. Okay, well, let me...
Yo,
Cat,
PC versus
please get
Council.
on my... What?
PC versus Council.
What about it?
We can do that right now.
Come on,
Oh.
3v4.
Oh,
You scared?
okay.
We're not bringing
Okay.
this.
Well, yeah,
You were the one who
we're-
said you didn't want to play while we were doing
You
this.
scared?
So
We
No,
will get
play.
back...
We'll
Hey. Let's get back to the...
4v4. Come on, let's run it.
I'm gonna start removing people from the party if more people
No,
keep
not
going.
my lawyers.
Okay.
You don't have 4
Yes, I do.
lawyers, or have.
Yes, I do.
Then
This
you're
is a
paying
big
a
thing.
hell of a lot of money. I'm just.
I mean, I'm
Yes, I
fine.
can.
I'm fine with 1 or 2 people, but I don't want like the whole lobby filled with different people, because that's just gonna
They're
make
not
things
different.
chaotic.
They're all lawyers.
Okay, well, I'm going to turn down that audio a little bit because that was loud. Okay. So, anyways, I believe, okay. So that's fine. Like I said, whatever. Getting back to the point of the matter. So, anyways, I muted you, in which you continued to DM. Who was it you DM'd after I muted you? I can't remember. Was it NetAct?
Mama.
Was it NetAct? Was the one he did he DM you after I muted him, or was it you,
My
Dragon?
lawyer's telling me not to admit guilt.
Okay.
He was DMing NetAct.
Okay, NetAct. Well, like I said, that isn't you admitting guilt to anything. That's just us trying to figure out what happened so I can figure out what's going on. So you DM NetAct, at which point I did not do it without any authorization personally. I talked to Social, and Social authorized the ban for you from the server, in which it seemed you had gotten upset. It seemed. You may not have been upset. You may just have been trying to bring a good point to the table.
We can see the chat, by the way.
Yeah.
That's not a
Oh.
whisper.
Oh,
You can
well,
also use your
that's-
mic.
That's oh, cool. I mean, yeah, that's fine. But yeah, no. Like I said, that's fine. Whatever. But anyways, when that happened, my first point of curiosity here, now that we're getting into the real meat of everything, is why, if you're such a good player, which you say you are, and I've seen that you're a pretty good player myself. If you were such a good player, why are you always so transfixed on trying
so now
to...
we're bringing up trans. The fact that
Trans-
I'm
No, it's
Transfixed.
transfixed. It's a different
Yeah, I
word.
heard it. It's
It's
fine.
a word.
We're already getting into this. Wow.
We're
Okay,
not.
well,
It's
okay.
another word for hyper-focused.
Yeah, like, why are you...
hyperfixated.
Say
Okay,
that then.
okay, so allow me to scratch that from the record, as if we're going to start using legal terms, and we will use the term, why were you so focused on...
Please
why
use
were you
transfixed.
why were you so focused on you wanting to continue to stay and continue to join, despite you seeming like you're a pretty good player? What makes you think that you needed us then? Like, I mean, you seem so focused on that. Was there any particular reason?
What? That I need you?
Because, I mean, you say you don't, and it definitely seems you don't, but for some reason, it keeps coming back to that for some reason, and I don't understand why, but that's a whole separate point from the matter, so we'll get back to that. I just wanted to point that out before we continued. Anyways, so then when we allowed you into the party chat after you had submitted a couple requests that had been denied, I finally, and you kept saying stuff to other my players, I meant to pull you into my group chat instead of joining yours, but before you can say anything that was said that wasn't, NetAC and Dragon and Social still heard it because I was on Discord VC at the time, so they still heard what was said. Do you have any questions about what was said between just you and me? So that's when you're claiming that I had said that?
You're saying it. I don't remember. I don't know what exactly when you're talking about, but
Okay.
at one point you were saying all this crazy stuff to me.
Okay. So I just wanted to clarify on this point, and don't take this in any way by any means because that is not the intent here. But so I just want to clarify: are you not white? And the reason why I ask that is because I would understand. Okay, I just wanted to ask that because then I could understand the reason behind that allegation and why it would be offensive, versus like if you were white, it wouldn't necessarily be offensive, you know?
Yes.
So that's my thing, is I was trying to understand why that in the first place would somehow be offensive to you if
I've been
it...
getting called the N-word all my life.
Okay. Okay, well... Okay, well that part makes sense now to me as well. Okay, so that part makes sense to me now. So now we're getting into the final meat of it here. When we finally got in, we all joined the party together. It was you, me, NetAC, Dragon, and Social. Okay?
Yep.
When we were all in the party together. And you kept arguing back and forth. It wasn't a bot lobby, it was a bot lobby, whatever, you know. Why were you so insistent on arguing that back and forth when we kept trying to tell you, we understand that that's how you feel.
I thought it was a bot lobby at first, but now I realize you're playing ranked Unreal lobbies in Code Buga and Clicks. And I don't know what I was thinking before, but now I know that you're actually playing zero build ranked Unreal lobbies.
Okay, so no, that's not the question. That's not what I meant by the question. And I'm sorry if that's the way you took it. What I meant by that was, why were you trying to argue that back and forth when we were trying to say that wasn't the point of the conversation? Like, I understand.
It's okay, I get it. You're better than me. It's okay.
Okay, well, whatever. If that's how you feel, of course, if that's how you feel. So we'll skip on past that. So, and I need specific reasons here, because at the last conversation, you wouldn't give us reasons. So I need reasons to be able to take any allegations seriously, because if you just say something, that doesn't make it true without evidence or a reason for it being true. And I'm sure you understand that. So, what is your reasons behind you making the statement that you did saying that we were being transphobic? What is your reasons? What did we do for you to be able to say that we were being transphobic towards you? What did we do to you?
Well, the way you're treating me, the way you're acting, always having to say transfixed, our old conversations.
Okay. So, jumping to one of your reasons where, let's say, the way you're acting, could you give me a specific example of the way I had, my or any of my teammates had acted towards you? Just a specific instance of which that action could be interpreted as that.
Well, when we were playing squads with you, you kept going down, and when it almost made us lose the game because you want you see it as practice of us reviving you 10 times in the game rather than you actually fighting. And to me, that's very transphobic.
Okay, your point is valid, And although I'm sure some of us disagree, you have a right to your opinion and you have a right to your statement. And so I am acknowledging that you have a right to feel that way. Okay? Moving on past that part, because there was some other stuff that was said after that, aside from that, so that I would like to address as well. During the time when my mic was going in and out and you were speaking extremely low because I couldn't, just my mic was being weird. I just wanted to clarify on this. I had gotten a specific statement of what was said and I wanted to find intent behind it. It was being discussed at first that you wanted to 1v4 us in a lobby, and I'm not sure how it got to this point, but then I was given a statement, because I couldn't quite hear what was said, by one of the players who, during the time that my mic was going out, said that you had said that you wanted to meet us, I guess the date technically would have been yesterday, that you wanted to meet us in a dining hall and fight us. Is that an accurate statement, or was there something more behind that? And if so, what was your intent behind that statement? Because I want to make sure that it wasn't like you legit being angry and legit wanting to fight us.
I said I could beat you all up if I wanted.
Okay. So I just wanted to make sure, and also within that, because I want to make sure everything is out in the open here, do you still stand by that statement right now? Like,
None
do you...
of y'all beating me at a fight.
Okay. So I just wanted to make sure that you stand by that statement currently and that you still feel the same way about that statement then as you did now. Because I know it was a pretty heated conversation then. So you still stand by...
I'm wrestling, I'm undefeated.
Okay, so that's good to know, because I wanted to make sure that I'm giving a proper chance for anything that may have been said then to be able to make sure that you have a chance to clear it up or anything like that.
What are we doing? Sumo wrestling?
Okay, well, like I said...
What would you want to do? What would you want to do?
Well, I'm not going to get into that, because I don't want to get into that with you, because...
We'll go right now. Come on.
Okay, well, moving on past that, when I had asked you when we were trying to close it for the first time how you really felt about all of us, I only heard bits and pieces of it, and one of those bits and pieces I heard was specifically what you were talking about me with. Do you stand by all the statements you said then?
What did I say?
So I may not be able to word it word for word, because obviously I could only hear bits and pieces, but I know the gist of what was said, and I also have people who could confirm that. So Nedak and Dragon, if I say something wrong,
the gist was.
So Nedak and Dragon, if I say something wrong, please let me know. If I say something that is wrong, I guess, I would definitely want to make sure I'm getting everything accurate. So basically what I heard him say to me was that my cat was ugly and that he wanted to kill it. Is that accurate to what you guys had heard first off? And then I'll let you speak after, Scopy. Nedak Dragon, was that what you guys had heard? Because I couldn't tell exactly what was being said. Was that the gist of it?
I believe so.
I don't know if he said he wanted to kill your cat, unless he had just stated that,
but he said he didn't like the cat.
He said he didn't like the cat. Okay.
Exactly, and that is crazy, because he just said I was going to kill the cat, and then his other friend agreed with him, but then the other one actually was truthful and said he didn't say that. So anything you say, your friend would say that I said.
Okay.
No,
well, that's why this is an open meeting right now.
First.
No,
So that's why this is an
you
open
didn't clarify that
conversation.
until
After he said something, if he didn't say something, if the other guy didn't say something, then you were just an idiot.
So that's why I'm clarifying.
To talk, so
Okay,
just relax.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. We get it, and my lawyer's writing that down. So.
Okay. Well, that's fine. That's fine. I understand that, and I understand that you feel that way. So, with that being said, with all that being said, Dragon, I will give you the opportunity first, because, like I said, I didn't really hear comments that were made everywhere. So, could you tell me the comments that he made to you to the best of your ability, and then I will have Scopy tell me if that was what he said or not, and we'll kind of go from there. What did he say to you? Because I know he said something about every single one of us, but I didn't quite catch enough to be able to paraphrase what he said to you or Nedak.
She had said to me that my mama was so fat that whenever she would pass the TV, I would miss 4 seasons of my show.
Okay. Does that sound about right? Does that sound about right
I
with
want
what
to
you
change
said?
that statement and make it 5.
Okay, so you want to change that and make it 5. Okay, that's fine. So, and so you still stand by that statement as well?
Yep, and I
Okay.
can add to it.
Okay. Okay. Well, if you want to add to it, you can. I'll allow it.
His mom is so big, her boat size is equator.
Okay. Is that everything?
His mom is so fat, her job title is spoon and fork operator.
Okay. Okay, so that's...
His mom is so fat, she brought a spoon to the Super Bowl.
Okay, that's fine. Moving on to the next part. Nedak, did you hear enough of what he said about you to be able to paraphrase what he had said? Actually, before we move on, I'd like to clarify on that because I know that you are transgender. So what are your pronouns? Is it he, she, they, them? What is it? So that way I know that I'm addressing you right.
It's he, Sergeant, and Zer.
Well, I will choose to opt for the pronoun he.
No, her.
Oh, did you say her? Okay, then I will choose to adopt.
My mic's
I will
bad.
Yeah. I will choose to use that pronoun then. So, would it be fair to assume that to make it sound
Just
okay?
Lord
Would it be
/ King.
Would it be she? Would it be she/her as well? Could we use she or
no,
her?
Lord / King.
Okay, well, that could be a title that is not necessarily a pronoun.
Nope,
A
it's my
pronoun.
pronouns, and if you want to disrespect me and keep being transphobic, I have this all on
I mean-
recording, and we're writing this all down.
okay.
So.
I'm just kind of confused there because a pronoun would be something to use to describe your gender
Yes.
identity.
I am Lord Scopey.
Okay,
That's
well,
a title. It's not.
I'm-
Yeah,
I'm-
you want to
okay,
keep
that's
calling
fine.
the title, you're just being transphobic.
Okay,
So
well,
that's just
that's
not
fine.
being transphobic.
Well,
It
that's
is.
fine. Okay. Getting back to the matter at hand. Because we cannot come to a great consensus on that, I would like to go ahead and just say that I will be using the pronouns they, them, just to be generic as possible and try to make sure that they're not really towing any lines. So, Nedak, could you tell me what they, to the best of your ability, could you tell me what they had said to you?
Sure. So basically, what all I heard was that he said that whenever I go
They.
to Walmart, I get.
Hey, Nedak, it's they.
They. I thought I
Yeah,
heard
they.
Scopey say it was he, they, her.
We'll use they since it's the most generic. We'll use they.
Okay. So I heard them say that whenever I go to Walmart, I get lost. Interesting statement, but that's what I believe was said.
and you get lost on the way there too. You waste.
Oh yeah,
3 gallons of
and on the
gas.
way there, I get lost.
Okay.
Instead of going to Kroger, I go to Walmart and get lost
Okay.
on the way there.
Okay. That's Okay. That was about it. Dragon or Nedak, I'm gonna open the floor to either of you here to represent social. Do you remember anything that was said, and please one at a time, anything that they had said to social exit? Because I know there was a lot. I just couldn't hear it.
Jack, you can go first. Oh,
I don't remember.
Basically, whatever I heard is that what was it? His hair was green or something.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Something about
That's-
green hair.
Yeah.
and it
does
was wire
Electric
ratings
sound right.
411.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So now I'm gonna open the floor back up to you for just a minute, Scopey. I just wanted to open the floor in this regards to make sure that there was nothing else that was said that in that part that we did not cover, or stuff that was said that was not really said. Was there anything that you had said that we have not in that part that you was there anything we haven't said that you did?
I don't know, it was late at night, but I went to
Okay.
sleep after.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Moving on to the next and probably the biggest part here, because this is
Question first.
probably one of the most serious by far. I would like to clarify on something. Did you really manage to get a hold of the dean that night?
Yep.
To your admission. Okay. Do you remember the name of the dean you spoke to?
Tom.
Tom?
Or Tommy.
Okay.
Tommy.
Tom. Do you know their gender identity and or pronouns?
Yep. They, them.
They, them? Okay.
It's a woman.
Okay, and it's a woman and the pronouns are they, them. Okay. And so with that, could you please tell me what, to the best of your ability, I mean, obviously, like I said, I know it was late at night. Could you tell me to the best of your ability what the report was that you submitted, so that way we're on the same page about how you felt about
They
us?
basically wanted me to expel you all. Personally expel all three of you all.
Okay.
But I was really arguing, saying, no, I bet they're
Okay.
good guys. I bet this is probably just a one-time thing.
Okay. So, just to clarify on your statement there, because it could be interpreted as kind of vague, you are saying that they said that they wanted you to personally expel us, correct?
Yes.
And are you a student here?
Yes.
Okay. I was pretty
They
sure.
said they could transfer their privileges to me, like as if you could promote me to party leader. That's what they're basically going to do to me, and I was going to expel you guys firsthand. But I would have felt too bad to do that to you all.
All right. Okay. Okay. So moving on to that's a very big piece that I needed clarification on. So. Shoot, I need my iPad. Where is it? So that way I can make sure that I've got everything on my list here.
I'm gonna go ahead and ask Scopy a question.
Yep, you're fine.
So, if those were your lawyers, why did they leave?
They said that they have enough dirt on you all.
Okay, so
Okay,
that's
that's
why. How many did you have in here? Did you have 1, 2, 3, or 4?
3.
No, 2. The third one was not a lawyer, but it was a close relative.
You had 4 people join. One of them joined and instantly left.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy won, Cozy, and then there was someone else who joined for a little bit, but then left after.
I'm not answering these type of questions without
Okay,
my lawyer
that's fine.
present.
Okay,
That's fine. That's fine. So another thing, because obviously I know following this incident, there was a few things said about me personally that I would like to address those rumors, so that way I can determine with my group here of NetAC and Dragon to determine if I am fit to continue foreseeing this investigation over. Because obviously, depending on how those rumors and stuff are interpreted by my group following this, I, depending on that, will remove myself from this investigation and will put a placeholder in for me to continue, depending on the severity of the allegations and depending on what is interpreted here at this time. So I would like to go ahead and address those personally to make sure that we have the full story on everything there, just so that way we can determine if I am fit to continue this investigation. I'm trying to find my list here. Okay. Is this one it? No, it's not. No, it's not. It's this one. Nope, that one's not it either. It's not that one. It's this one, I think. Sorry, my notes are all over the place. I try to keep them in distinct categories. However, I struggle at times to make sure that that stays that way. While in the meantime, while I'm finding this note, do you stand by your statement that you still feel oppressed currently?
Yes.
Do you have any specific reasons regarding that you would wish to share at this time?
Well, the fact that I'm not even party leader.
Okay, so the fact that you are not the party leader of this group currently makes you feel oppressed. Is that an accurate statement, just to summarize it up?
Yes.
Okay. And so, okay, so I can't find the exact transcript notes that I had, so I will do my best to sum it up based on what I was told. So I just wanted to clarify on this particular part. What exactly allegations do you have against me personally? Obviously, I know that I have heard that you said that I have called you the N-word on numerous occasions. Is there anything else that you would like to share regarding that, about things that I may or may not have said to you? And if so, when you provide this details, it doesn't have to be exact because I understand how that is. But if you could provide an estimate of a time frame that this could have happened in, so that'll help the team be able to determine my investigation, on me myself. So if you could determine an approximate time.
I don't know, but this is kind of just all the time. You're always saying all these crazy things, and at first I didn't think much of it, but as time went on and you kept talking about me, it definitely got to the point where I was not okay with it.
Okay. Could you give any specific instances of things that I may have said to help further with the rumors? Obviously, you have stated already that I have called you the N-word, but what other type of stuff, maybe?
Well, you would always call me a noob, and you would always run me over with the car in Fortnite. When we played squads, you had the car.
Okay. So, that is actually an interesting statement that allows me to lead into this one. Based on a comment you had made to one of my squad members that I was sent, I just want to make sure that this is being interpreted right because it was kind of vague, in which you had said it was photoshopped. At this time, we will operate under the assumption that it is not until I can prove that otherwise. It just says, Redacted has told me that he is going to kill me and strangle me and run me over with a car and said the N-word and that he is transphobic. Where it says there and says, and run me over with a car, were you talking about in Fortnite or in real life?
No, in my dream.
In your dream?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. Because I didn't. Okay, so okay. Thank you. That helps clarify that piece a little bit because I was not sure what that meant necessarily because I was confused on that. Okay. There's that piece there. Check that off my list. I don't think. And so I just wanted to clarify because I know you told me that it was, so I just wanted to clarify that image that I sent you of that person on your Xbox profile, that is you? Yes. Because you told me it was, but I just want to make sure because, for obvious reasons, I don't want to assume that something is you if it's not,
It is.
So it is. Okay, I just wanted to make sure of that because, I don't want to assume something to be you if it's definitely not. Shoot. I'm just trying to make sure I've got everything here. That's that. That's that. All right. So, is there at this time? And at this time, if you choose to say this stuff, it will not be taken into account of this investigation at all. This is purely a moment of venting, provided it doesn't go too far. That is the disclaimer. As long as it does not go too far or get too personal. I will allow this time for you to be able to, yet again, tell us anything that you may feel about us. Within that, there are some parameters. One, if you're going to talk about us, you talk about us as ourselves. Don't talk about our moms or our family or anything like that because that's just dragging things into it that doesn't need to be drug into it. Two.
Yeah, I got a lot to say.
Two, if they are something that could be considered a threat, like, for example, like saying you want to fight us, you must, following that comment, make it clear whether you are being serious or not. So that way we do not take something out of context. And I think that's just two general rules in place. I think that's just about everything that I could really set in place. And like I said, obviously,
Yeah. And
aside
I'ma
from
say
that, the only,
something. If I see you, I'm gonna give you an atomic wedgie.
okay, that's fair. So, and I guess the only thing is that obviously if I do be removed from this investigation, it'll no longer be at my discretion, but it'll be at somebody else's. It'll be at their discretion following these comments, whether it is to be taken seriously or not, or whether it has gone too far. So
I'm
just
being
keep that in
serious.
mind.
I'm gonna give you an
Okay.
atomic wedgie.
Okay. Is there any other comments you would like to make regarding any of us?
Yeah,
Like I said.
about Dragonwood.
Okay.
He looks like
and
Skibbity
hold on,
toilet.
and
If you
sorry.
flush
So
the toilet, looks like
yeah.
Skibbity.
Okay.
Toilet.
Sorry. Pause for just a second. I just want to say something to Dragon and Nedak. This is a feedback type thing, so let's try not to argue it back and forth. Let's just let him say what he's got to say. You know what I mean? Because we'll all get a chance to say everything. Okay.
Yeah, he looks like Big Chungus's Grimace Shake.
Okay.
He
And
looks like a
so.
Grimace Shake.
Okay.
But Big Chungus is, though, not just any Big Chungus is Grimace Shake.
Okay. In terms of going back to, of course, some more, just touching back one last time on the more troubling of things. So one, you do still stand by the statement that you think that you could take us on in a fight.
Yeah,
And
I would give all three of you atomic wedgies at the same time.
Okay, but I mean that's it. Like there would be no actual fight.
That would be it. I would take
Okay.
you out of your wheelchair, lift you up, and then put you on a light pole,
Okay.
hanging from
All
your
right.
underwear.
And I just wanted to clarify. That comment, I don't want to be taken the wrong way. You are not. You would not consider yourself to be ableist, would you? Based on that comment, like towards the people as a whole, like you would not consider yourself to be. You would not consider yourself to be like hating on a group who is disabled, right? You would not consider yourself to be that. That's just a statement that you are making specifically
I'm
against
saying I
me.
would take you out of. If I saw you, I'd take you out of your
Okay.
wheelchair, go Hulk mode, and give you a wedgie.
Okay, no, that's fine.
And
I'm
then I would hang you up on the pole outside, and you would hang from it.
okay. No, I know that's fine. I'm just trying to make sure that that's a comment you're making specifically towards me, and not towards a general statement that you would make towards
Anybody that thinks that they can beat me at Fortnite's getting that treatment done from them. All
Okay,
three of you guys
okay.
are going to be hanging from the light pole. If I see
Okay. And so that seems to be, that's great, but that's all that your intent would really be. You don't have any intents to like physically harm or seriously maim or have any intellects to want to seriously harm, hurt,
It
or
might
kill us,
stretch
do you?
It might stretch your boxers out.
Okay. But you don't have any intents to want to physically harm or kill us in any way, like nothing like that, right? Nothing like that?
I'm saying if you all wanted to fight me, that's what would happen.
Okay. Well, yeah, I know, that's fine. I'm just trying to make sure there's a clear line here because, you know what I mean? I don't want it to be taken the wrong way, and I want you to feel like you're being heard in complete and utterity. So, with that statement, that is
If you come up to me and give me a wedgie, I'm giving you an atomic wedgie. But
Oh,
if you
okay.
come up to me acting chill, I'll be chill.
Okay, so you'll be chill as long as we're chilled. Okay, that's what I needed to know. I'm just trying to make sure that as of current, that there is no there is no way that you're wanting to hurt us, bully us, or anything like that in a serious manner. Aside from the statements you are making, obviously. Like there's no intent behind that, for example. You know what I mean? Like you are not intending to do that just because you're making the statement.
I don't know.
Okay. You don't know, so you do not know if
you catch me on a bad day.
Okay. Okay. So would it be safe to assume that because of the current relationship between this esports team and you right now, would it be safe to assume that if we did catch you out...
If I ever come to Cornerstone, I'm giving everybody in there an
Okay.
atomic wedgie.
Okay, yep. That's what I needed to know. That is That is a clear and precise statement that can clearly be defined as.
You make that known. If they see me come in there, they're all getting atomic wedgies, all hanging from the blackboard. You can tell them that too.
Okay, that's fine. So one last question I have for you, just because I feel like.
And if anybody's not playing Fortnite, they're getting wet willies.
Okay. So I just want to clarify, obviously, let me touch base on that, but that's all you want to do is wedgies, wet willies, whatever. You wouldn't, for example, want to, like, beat us to where we're bruised, or don't want to, like, shoot us or cut us or nothing like that, nothing serious.
If we're doing, if they want to box fight, I'm using my AR and I'm using my phone.
No, I'm talking about in real life. Like, you wouldn't want to do that to us in real life, to the point where it can seriously injure us. I mean, obviously wedgies are one thing, but like, you know, actually fighting us or actually trying to beat us up, you don't want to do that.
I don't want to.
You don't want to. Okay.
I don't want to.
You don't want to. Okay. That is what I need to know, because that is kind of where the whole difference between, you know, just a statement of aggression versus an actual intent would come in, and it does not seem you have an intent to want to seriously harm us, which is a good thing. So I do need to know this, because obviously I feel like this is a two-way trust thing, okay? Because two-way trust here. Because it seems like you were involved with the Office of Student Conduct or whatever, and I was there today. I had to have separate hearing over a separate matter.
What did you do?
It's not something I did necessarily, but that's a different discussion for a different time at a different day.
What did you do? What happened?
Just the allegations that were made against me regarding a service animal. That's all that really needs to be said.
Oh wait, what?
So, anyways, I feel like it is only right, because I feel like this will help you and it'll help us. We will give you our legal, which just means the name that is on our university paperwork, first and last name. Okay? So that way, because obviously, as it stands right now, you have an idea of what it is, but no confirmation. And because of that, there's not much they can do with a report. In return here, you have to give us the same courtesy, so that way we know who we're actually working with. Okay? That's two-way trust street here. We are trusting that we will give you our first and last name, and we are trusting you that you will do the same and you will not lie to us.
I'll call you Nadak, and I'll call you Alpha Wolf KW69000, and I'll call Dragonwood 353. That's what.
Right, I know, but so, and that was a thing that in the reports and stuff that that I have realized in regards to talking with the Office of Student Conduct, that it is part of their policy that you have some form of way of identifying them. And for your purposes, you will need a legal name from us. For our purposes, we are not taking this to student conduct yet. So for our purposes, we need that to be able to list it with the esports lounge. Nothing more, nothing less. That's all we need it for. We need your first, and honestly, we probably don't even need your last name. We probably just need your first, so that way we can give it to our director, my boss, social's boss, so that way he can reach out to you, and he can talk to you regarding your concerns. Huh?
Who's reaching out to me?
It will be the director of the esports lounge entirely. He is not a student. I am not sure of his actual name. I just know he exists, and he is a faculty member with the university. He is not a student. So.
Okay, so I can finally talk to someone who knows what's going on.
Yes, but the only way that we can do that is by having your actual name, so he can actually reach out to you.
Just give him my Discord.
He does not use Discord, unfortunately.
He needs to get Discord.
He needs at least, at the very least, a first name that is registered with the university, so that way he can go into his list. Yeah, so he will email you. He will either email, or if you have a phone number on file with the university, he may text it.
Just give him my phone number.
Alpha.
I cannot take down a phone number because I'm not legally. I cannot do that for safety purposes. All I can take down is a legal name. Because obviously
Alpha.
I don't want that to be interpreted the wrong way. So, but yes, Dragon, what's up?
He needs a legal name and a legal last name so they can email you through the UKY email.
Yep.
Because I believe, as well I was told through my major at least, we are not allowed to use our personal emails anymore due to AI being a major thing now.
God.
And with stuff like I think it's called Chat AI or Chat
GPT,
whatever,
I use that on all my
faking people
assignments.
identities.
I use that on my
There's
assignments.
Okay.
Which, so like I said,
GPT or whatever the heck it's called on your assignments.
So so that's why we need a legal first and last name, so that way they can go into their database and find your information that we are not privy to. By the way, we are not privy to that. So by giving us your first and last name, we do not get any of that information. We will literally get your first and last name. We will put it in a no. In fact, I will also say there is no way to hack you with just your first and last name. Unfortunately. And if there is, I would not know of it. Unfortunately.
That's what somebody who's trying to cover it up would say.
Well, unfortunately, I know nothing about
that.
that.
To hack someone for first and last name, because I actually have met someone who has my last name, but not my first name, and they're not even blood related to me.
Yeah.
People have the same first and last name. It's a rare occurrence.
That only happens by hacking.
It
when you're a baby, that hacks your username when you're born.
Yeah. So we don't.
Username when you're born.
Okay. So the best guarantee that we can give you is that's not going to happen. We are Fortnite players. We don't have the ability nor the care in the world to do that. To be completely honest with you, we don't have the ability nor the care to do that. We literally need a first name, and you know what? If it makes you even more comfortable, we need a first name and just the last initial. You don't even need to give the full last name, just the first name, last initial. What will happen when you give it is I will go into the private server that us admins within different esports types have. I will create a ticket. I will ping the person that I'm supposed to alert on that ticket. I will put that name down there, and then I will close the ticket. They will have the ticket, and they will reach out to you within, I think the typical time is 24 to 48 hours. And what they will do is they will reach out to you via email or text, depending on what your UK or your My UK chart is set up with for preferences, and they will reach out to you regarding that based on whatever one you have listed as your primary. They will reach out to you and they will set up a Zoom meeting with you, a Zoom meeting or an in-person meeting or whatever you prefer, and they will go over anything you have to say, as well as we have given them our side of the story, and they will review that. And then, if necessary, they will take this wherever you feel it needs to go, which us, as of right now, we have already made our opinion that it doesn't need to go anywhere. So if you feel it needs to go to student conduct, or if you feel it needs to go to the Office for Diversity and Inclusion, or wherever you feel it needs to go, he will ask you that, and he will do that at the appropriate time. But in order to do that, we do need a first name, last initial. We will also give you that for us, so that way if you need to be able to cite specific people IRL within this time, you have those names. That's the best we can do to make sure that you are having, that way we know you are being heard and you are speaking to somebody who has more professionalism in this than we do. And I am sure that you would rather speak to somebody. Yes, we need a name that is listed on the university, because if we don't,
Yep.
because if we don't,
do I give you my name now?
You can if you would like me to open the ticket now, because I can open the ticket. We could have it done and over with. The sooner I open that ticket,
I'll just text you later.
I mean, because the sooner I open that ticket, the sooner they'll answer it to you. And I mean, we will give you our names at the same time you give it to us.
Wait, well, I don't want to get you all in trouble.
We won't get in trouble, or at least not necessarily. That the most thing that we will happen with this, depending on what you tell in the interview. Which I will say, depending on what you say in this interview, will depend on what happens. If you decide that you want to escalate the situation to diversion and inclusion, more stuff will happen, you know. But if you say you want this to remain within university or within esports, that is where this stuff will remain. Will it remain within esports? We might get cited, we might get kicked off the team. We don't know. So that's what'll matter. Basically, it's basically the equivalent of like a warning. It's the equivalent of a warning or a probation. It's basically is what it's the equivalent of.
Wait, so I could keep it in esports or where?
Yes, you could keep it in esports. So it'll depend on your interview. He will ask you if you want to keep this as an esports matter, which means he will deal with us as necessary. Or you can ask to escalate it to the higher university authorities, which would, in this case, it seems like be diversity and inclusion, just because of the transphobia
What are you
comment.
doing?
Us, we don't get a choice in the matter, but we have already made our statement known that we are not doing that. We do not want you to get in any trouble either. That is why we are making this a fair, level ground. That's why we're doing this. Okay.
So you don't want to take it up?
I do not want to. However, like I said, I do not want to. But that is,
nobody in here wants to take it up.
No, not at this time. We do not. So that is why we are going to that's why we need to collect your first name and your last initial, so that way he can reach out to you and figure out what you want to do. We have made clear what we want.
Go big or go home. You guys getting expelled.
Okay. Well, in order to do that, we need your first name, last initial for him to be able to contact you.
It's okay, I'll be talking to the dean later today, and I will be expelling you guys. I'll knock on your door and tell you pack your stuff up and you're expelled.
Okay, well, that's fine, but in order to do anything, you need to talk to this person first, because it cannot go...
I'm talking to Tommy in what? 40 minutes. In 40 minutes, I'm waiting to talk to Tommy. Okay.
Well, it cannot go to him because Tommy or her, it cannot go to them because it will to the office at all, as I have already talked to the office regarding those concerns and how you felt, and they said until you talk to this person, they cannot do anything because you need to talk to them so that way they can send it along their way. Just for the simple fact of...
So you're saying I can't expel you?
Not until after you talk to this person. You cannot. Unfortunately, they had mentioned.
I'm gonna knock on your door tonight and give you the papers of expulsion or expulsion.
Okay.
For
well.
Your actions and.
Okay.
And
well.
I hope you learn it, but you'll be able to come back to the University of Kentucky in 5 years.
Okay. Well, again, we need your first name and your last initial to be able to do anything.
And we.
I mean, because even if that does happen, we still have to give it to the esports lounge because that means that they will have found us guilty and you innocent, and they will have to have your contact info as in terms of a first name, last initial to be able to reach out to you to, I don't want to say reimburse, but to make it up to you regarding this. So either way, they have to.
You're getting banned for 5 years from the whole state of Kentucky, and we're using your wheelchair as collateral.
Okay. Well, again, that's fine. We still need a legal name from you.
Yes, I told you I will give you my name.
Okay. Well,
Scopy, was that your friend that joined, or someone else?
Was that the friend or the lawyer?
My lawyer.
That's the lawyer. Okay, the lawyer. Okay. But yes. So if we can just, I'll even make it easy. We just need a first name. First name. I'll open the ticket, I'll deal with it, and we'll go from there. You can do whatever you want. Once I open this ticket with your name and I close it back up, you're free to do whatever. You don't even have to talk to this dude if you don't want to. I mean, obviously, if you want to, you can. he still needs this name to be able to find you and to be able to reimburse you for any mishaps that may have happened, because in that case they will have found us guilty.
I'm trying to get money for emotional distress.
Okay, well, in order to do that, again, he needs your name to be able to do that.
I gave you my name just now.
What was it? Because I didn't hear it. So I need to open the ticket. So.
I just gave you my name.
Well, I didn't. Oh, did you give it to me on Discord? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.